Casanova versus URL. You know what's funny? This is one of those situations where I had to do a lot of putting 2 plus 2 together, right? Watching Kayshawn's response on Angry Fan, watching the blogs from Beasley, also zooming in on like certain key points on both sides, and I think I figured out the issue.
Off loyalty pledge, your boy you see next how that mag and shoddy work. Can't rid this smell with bath and body works. It's sad and probably worse. First the chroma spit, wise guys do drive-bys and don't own a whip. Time come divine sons need a song to rip. Thugs and harmony, cool, I got a bone to pick.
Vlogs, battles, music videos, interviews, and much more. Pushing the culture forward. No Mercy TV.
Yo, what's good, y'all? No Mercy. Trap New York shit, NoMercyTV.com. All that good stuff, man. Listen, Casanova versus URL. Crazy. We know Casanova has been, for the most of his career, primarily a URL artist. You feel me? He's had times where he's went off, done stuff on other leagues, and that's my guy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Sean, man. Like, that's one of the first battle rappers at a high level to, like, give me, like, interviews and things like that. Like, really jump on these No Mercy TV cameras. Like, and we got blogs that did numbers, like, super numbers. Like, the blog where he was going at X Factor, the blog where he recapped DNA battle. Like, go back on this channel, you'll see those blogs. Like, they did some fire numbers. You feel me? Like, niggas gotta understand. I don't, like, the numbers that we was putting up back in the day, especially when it wasn't, like, a lot of battle rap and it wasn't oversaturated, like, used to be crazy. You feel me? But, salute to K-Shine for that, man. He always got my respect. Always got my support. You know what I mean? It's all love. Harlem. He right from up the hill from me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm from Colonial. He from Sugar Hill. Like, you feel me? So, it's crazy. First coming into the game, we working just off some battle rap shit, and then start to realize, like, we got mutuals and, shit like that, like, people we know in common that, he done went to, like, school with, people from his hood, and, shit like that. So, just watching his growth over the years has been great. Yeah, he had a couple moments where he fell off on hard times, but, it happens to everybody. But, he had this relationship with URL where, Sean was, like, one of their guys, like one of the guys that they was really closely working with. Like, you look at NWX. People were saying that NWX was quote unquote Beasley's group, you feel me? Because it was all of the people that he were closely, dealing with. Rain, K-Shine, T-Top, DNA. I think Official was part of it at one point. Like, so that K-Shine and Beasley and Smack, like, it was a certain level of not just business. Like, it seemed like more of a family thing, even from the outside, like, you kind of see that. So to see them kind of get to this point is just like, damn, you feel what I'm saying? And you always wonder, like, where did shit go wrong? So these are the things you have to think about. You have to think about this, right? When Sean is going on the campaign, he's saying, free K-Shine. Some of y'all are just like, everybody's just like picking a side and not really using critical thinking to actually understand what's going on, to kind of figure out what's going on. If you're saying, free somebody, right? Clearly, that tells you K-Shine is under a contract, A contract. Battlers have been signing multi-contract deals, blah, blah, blah. Now, let me tell you what I know from an insider, not an insider perspective, but from speaking to people on the inside in terms of, like, different battlers and shit like that, right? These niggas are signing multi-battle deals. And the reason they're doing it is half the time they want to get a big advantage, So, let's say go to URL, you're a big name artist, whatever. You sign on like a 3 battle deal. right? Surf has been public about this. He said he signed a 3-battle deal for like 120,000, something like that. So you sign a deal like that. Let's say you sign 5 battles for 100,000, right? You might get like 50,000 up front, and then the payments get worked out like however they get worked out, right? So let's say you get like 50 up front. You might get a payout on some, every month you getting this, that, and the third, even if you don't rap. You feel me? Just because this is the amount of money that the contract totals out to be, and you're getting your payments, at the same time, you got to fulfill the battles, right? So when I'm thinking about this situation, I'm like, okay, they're still holding him by contract, right? So clearly he can't go off and do other stuff. So what I'm thinking is there's a possibility, right, that Kayshawn may have already gotten cashed out, or whatever, the payment was, or whatever the contract plans was, or whatever the case is, right? He might have already got that, and he has one more battle that he has to do. On the leaving end of the contract, because you got to think about it like this, right? You will want to close your contract with the best battle possible. That way, when you go to renegotiate another one, you can negotiate for higher bread. So, for Kayshawn, you know what will be more beneficial than the Jackboy battle to close out? Probably the Daylight battle, right? So, I feel like Kayshawn was more so pushing for the Daylight battle, and then when that didn't happen and it was like, got to battle Jackboy, he looked at it as, it's a less of an opportunity. He probably got paid out already, so he's probably not getting no back end when he steps off stage for his last battle. So it's like, you kind of want to just, if you're in your mind, you're like, all right, if I'm not getting no money, which you already got the money, right? You want it to be the best opportunity. So the best opportunity, the best battle that's going to bring you like the most views, all of that shit. You're going to more so want to take a Daylight battle rather than a Jackboy battle. And I think that's partially what the case is right now. It doesn't stop there. Now, with the Jackboy battle, right, he gets convinced to do it. He was initially saying he didn't want to do it, but he got convinced to do it, right? He does it. He agrees to do it. They're supposed to get it done. Jackboy has his health issues, which we all know Jackboy has lupus. Like, it's really, that serious. Like, I don't think Jackboy should have got thrown under the bus just because, like, Jackboy didn't do anything wrong. Like, you can't help when you're born with a condition, or you develop a condition over time, right? You feel me? So I think Kayshawn kind of, just throwing that out there on some, making it seem like it was fake. It's like, come on, Sean, you can't do that. You get what I'm saying? But to Sean's credit, right? From knowing Kayshawn, he don't be as tapped in like that. So he might not know how serious Jackboy's condition is. That's like in the battle rap culture, that's on social media every day, watching everything, and in our ears and eyes is all on battle rap 24/7. We know that Jackboy condition is serious. But I can vouch that somebody like Kayshawn, who got a whole bunch of other shit going on in life, like I have fucking documentary footage on Kayshawn, like behind the scenes doing other shit. You feel me? That, if Kayshawn, you see this and you want the footage, let me know, I get it to you. But I know for a fact that Kayshawn, his antennas isn't on battle rap 24/7, so there's going to be certain things that he's not as aware of. So I do think he didn't know that Jackboy condition is as serious as it is, so that's probably why he did that. But also, from knowing Jackboy, we know that shit is super serious. You get what I'm saying? So I think Sean kind of jumped the gun in that one, right? So Kayshawn agrees to do the battle, got his rounds ready, they're about to go on stage. Rell telling Jackboy, because of the seizures he had early in the day, you're not rapping, etc., etc. So now the battle gets pushed back, right? The problem with this is, and that part isn't Sean's fault. You get me? The the thing is that probably based on how his contract is, the battle still got to get done. And I think URL, because of the Caffeine and Fox and, you know, all that situation, they have to structure their contracts different. Now, this is what some of y'all don't know. The way contracts work, right? Especially in battle rap, the way contracts work is 2 people are battling. You're one battler, you sign a contract, you get a deposit, right? Most of these cases before, if the other battler doesn't show up, you still get your back end, and if the battle is to be rescheduled, a lot of times you have to start a whole new contract. And that goes 2 ways, right? Maybe sometimes the battler will just say, yo, being that I'm already prepared, I got the material done, just throw me half of what you was throwing me before. So if the battler was getting $5,000 for the battle, they're already prepared. If they want to show love to the league and be nice, they might say, yo, I already got my $5,000 in full for the battle. We got to reschedule. Just throw me another $2,000, $2,500, we good, right? Or you might get a battler that is on straight business time with them niggas. Yo, we got to start a brand new contract. That $5,000 we had before, I need that again. And if my stock has went up since this battle got canceled, then I'm gonna need even more for us to get it done. You get what I'm saying? That's usually how the contracts go. So with the battle getting canceled from Jackboy, right? With the way their contracts are now, I think that even if there's a situation that causes one battler to not be able to participate, the other battler is still stuck in a contract. I think that's how the contracts are going now. So this is what the issue is. The issue is you still owe the content. So I think when it's like, let's say, you know, with certain names on the contract that like, yo, these are the battles that's part of the deal, XYZ, or who knows, maybe it's a contract with not names, but maybe numbers on it. You feel me? Or how many battles have to get done. You know, you're still gonna owe the content. And it's like, you know, being that Shine's material's already done, it's like all they gotta do is go somewhere, get the battle done, and then be done with it. You feel me? But the problem is, right? Let's say K-Shine done got fully paid out already. He's still locked into the contract until the battle gets done. The problem is, still being locked into the contract, if another league comes, and let's say has a super big bag for him, a super big opponent, K-Shine can't take it. He's still stuck until that last battle gets done. You get what I'm saying? So let's say you might have a big opponent locked in. Let's say who K-Shine still has to battle. Let's say somebody hit K-Shine and they got either Murder Mook or Loaded Lux for him. That's going to be a super huge check for him. And guess what? He can't go get that because he still has to do this last URL battle, and he's going to be doing it free of charge. You understand? So I can see why he's, you know, at a point where he's like feeling away or whatever, but it's also, you have to, you know, look at it for what it is. Like when you sign these contracts, it's real simple. You just have to complete what's part of the contract, you know, or, you know, like Beasley said in the interview, you know, giving the money back or whatever the case is, because, you know, you already got the money up front. So when you come to these contracts, right, it's 2 parts. It's the league, they got a certain amount of money they got to pay you, and it's the battler, you got a certain amount of battles you got to do. So if the league fulfilled their part and they already paid you out, you got to do your part and fulfill the rest of the battles. And it's not their fault if they already, you know, completed their portion, which is paid you out, and then, you know, you haven't done your side, but, you know, then you're trying to get free. Like, that's kind of contradictory right there. You know, you can't blame the platform because they did their part for the contract. You know, so it's not really the big bad corporation thing that a lot of people trying to paint it out to be. It's, you know, they made a contract and they fulfilled their side of the agreement. So they're actually the good guys in that situation. Based on the paperwork, they did what they were supposed to do. You know, but the problem is, it's like so many sheepish people in society, like they don't understand that. Like they just want to rally against something. You understand? And people are even coming at, like, the people that are speaking out in defense of URL. You know, people are coming at them like Calico, Tay-Rock, etc., when they actually kind of right. You know, when you talking business, if one side does their part, how are they the bad guy? You get what I'm saying? Like, this is one of the things I got to understand. So, you know, and I rock with Shine, like, heavy, like, way more than I rock with URL. You feel what I'm saying? So I would prefer to be taking Shine's side in this case, but when I'm thinking about all of the, you know, the stuff that I know and, you know, what's being put out there and the stuff that I'm seeing, I'm like, nah, URL, you know, isn't wrong in this situation. So, you know, I think Shine should just, you know, stick to the contract, do his last battle he got to get done. Maybe they could do it on like some band card or something like that. Shit, I got a couple trap events coming up. If you want K-Shine and Jackboy to battle there, let's get it done. You feel me? But I want to see it get done just so that way it can be done and over with, and then K-Shine can move on to other shit, because I'm pretty sure people are trying to book K-Shine for other stuff. You know, there's RBE moving out here, Chrome 23, Remy's booking huge matches, so it's like, it's a lot of other things that Shine, you know, might have on the table, but he can't get it done until this last battle gets done. So, you know, it's just unfortunate. But yeah, in this situation, URL definitely, it seems like, you know, they might have did what they were supposed to do. So, you know, it's really up to Shine at this point to just bite the bullet, do the one last battle, and then, you know, call it a day. So, you know, but shit. Salute to K-Shine, man. I hope he, you know, gets out of this and, you know, moves on with his career, because, listen, K-Shine is one of them niggas. Like, no matter what people say about him, no matter whether people like him or not, when he steps on that stage, he gives 1,000% every time. You feel me? Like, how many times can we say K-Shine was, like, weak or, like, didn't give us a performance we wanted? Like, he got a whole lot of battles. K-Shine probably got at least 70, 80 battles maybe. And we've seen him slack off maybe like 3 or 4. You feel me? So that's a pretty good percentage, like, of battles to just be whooping niggas. I remember he went undefeated for like 3 or 4 years straight or something like that. Like, wasn't losing around type shit. You get what I'm saying? So I definitely think he's worthy of, you know, a Mook or Lux or, you know, one of those type of names. So, you know, I would just say for his sake, and just so he could just get everything done and over with and not be dragged into no legal shit, just do the one battle, get it over with, and then, you know, niggas keep it moving. And I even seen, like, in his response that he had said that, like, you know, it's other shit on the table, so I can imagine there's bread out there that he can't go and get because he's still tied into this contract. So, you know, yeah, the sooner he gets this battle done, the better, and, you know, he'll be able to move on and do other shit. You feel what I'm saying? But just wanted to give my insight, you know, the stuff that I know and the stuff that I pay attention to, because it seems like to me people just don't be thinking. You get me? And it's like the pieces be laid out in front of y'all. Y'all just don't take the time to, you know, do the due diligence and really look into things and understand, you know, the inner workings of what's going on. But battle rap ain't rocket science. I can tell you, battle rap is not rocket science. In these blogs, these lives, these posts, these interviews, you can figure out everything from a situation. You can figure out things just from body language. You get what I'm saying? Like, but y'all know battle rappers can't hold water, man. Y'all seen Adi Boom. Like, you know, battle rappers, they get on these platforms and they pretty much, when it's a situation, they gonna tell you everything that's going on. You get me? Like, they gonna leave certain stuff out, but you can kind of, like, it's not hard to fill in the blanks when it comes to battle rap. You know, especially if you're paying attention to the right thing. So, you know, that's just my insight on that. But, you know, let me know what y'all think, and I'll holler at y'all soon, man. No Mercy, Trap New York shit, NoMercyTV.com. We out here.